Love is not just an emotion, but a long journey full of challenges, learning, and growth. But do we really understand love, or are we just vaguely aware of its ups and downs? Do you think that men are always strong, carefree, and rarely concerned with emotions? The truth is far from what you imagine. Behind that tough exterior lies an inner world that is complex and sometimes more fragile than we think. Men also know sadness, worry, and are easily moved. They have their own hidden fears. Especially in love and relationships, men also long to be understood and loved. Are you ready to discover the psychological truths about men that you never knew? The answer will surprise you. Welcome to the Sophia's Knowledge channel, and my name is Sophia. This is where we explore real stories, profound lessons, and valuable experiences about love. Today, in this video, Sophia will share with you 7 truths about men's psychology that you never knew, a fresh perspective to help you build and maintain a sustainable love. If you have ever wondered about the questions of love, don't skip this video. For the best experience, find a quiet spot, put on your headphones, and let yourself fully listen to what I am about to share. Relax, and let everything drift away. Let's join Sophia in discovering the secrets that help you live more fully in every relationship. Let's begin. Number 1. Men are also sensitive, they just show it less. When it comes to men, many people often imagine strong, tough individuals who rarely show emotion and always maintain their stance in every situation. However, behind that appearance is a rich inner world that is sometimes even more fragile than we think. Men are not emotionless machines, they also know sadness, know hurt, and have moments of vulnerability. They just show it less. Society imposes on men the need to be strong. From a young age, men are taught that they must be tough, not cry, and not reveal too much emotion. When a little boy falls and cries, adults often say, "Boys don't cry," or "be strong." These words gradually form a barrier in men's psychology, making them believe that expressing emotion is a sign of weakness. As they grow up, social pressure only increases. Men are expected to be the pillars of the family, to make the right decisions, to protect their loved ones, and not let emotions rule them. This leads them to hide their hurts and sorrows, to maintain the image of an ideal man. Men do not easily share their inner thoughts. Unlike women who tend to seek out friends or relatives to share their troubles, men often choose to handle things on their own. They may feel embarrassed to talk about their feelings or fear that if they reveal too much, they will be judged as weak. This results in many men enduring psychological pressure alone, with no one to confide in. Even in close relationships such as marriage or with a partner, men rarely initiate talking about their hurts or worries. They fear making the other person worry, fear being misunderstood, or simply do not know how to articulate their emotions. The way men express emotions differs from women. Instead of expressing directly, men tend to show their emotions through actions. When they are sad, they might immerse themselves in work, play sports, or spend hours watching movies or playing games to forget their worries. When hurt, they may become silent, avoid communication, and withdraw. Some choose to release stress by driving alone, working out at the gym, or even drinking alcohol. It is not that they do not want to share, rather, they do not know how to express the complex emotions that are unfolding inside. Men can be more deeply hurt than you think. Many people mistakenly believe that men do not care about the words or actions of others, but that is not the case. A criticism from a loved one, a comparison with someone else, or a feeling of being undervalued can leave a man pensive for a long time. They are also easily hurt in love. If a woman who is hurt might cry and seek solace with friends, a man usually keeps his pain inside. He may pretend not to care, but in truth, those emotional wounds can follow him for many years. What helps a man feel safe to open up? Even though they show little on the outside, men long to be listened to and understood. They need a safe space where they can comfortably share without fear of judgment. When they feel trusted, they will be more willing to open up. Women can help men feel safer by not imposing the notion that men must always be strong. Encourage them to share by listening sincerely, without judgment. Sometimes, just saying, "You don't always have to be strong, I'm here to get through this with you," is enough to comfort them. Another important point is to observe men's actions. If they are unusually silent, seem evasive, or talk less than usual, they might be dealing with something. Instead of forcing them to speak immediately, create a comfortable environment so that they feel inclined to share voluntarily. Men also need care and love. People often think that men are those who need little care, but the truth is, they also need gestures of love and encouragement from loved ones and friends. They also want to hear compliments, caring questions like, "How are you today? Is work going well?" or even just a gentle hug. Many men may not say it out loud, but they truly cherish those small moments. Even a little care can ease the pressure they are under. Finally, men are not insensitive, they just learn to hide their emotions due to societal pressures and their own inner expectations. They also know sadness, know hurt, and need to be loved and cared for, just like anyone else. Remember, showing emotion is not a sign of weakness. A man who can express his feelings is truly strong inside, daring to face what he feels. If you are a woman, cherish the men around you and help them feel safe enough to express themselves naturally. If you are a man, remember that you do not need to hide your feelings, because even when you are vulnerable, you still deserve to be loved and valued. Everyone has a different perspective, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Please leave a comment below and let's discuss. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to join me in the next videos. Let's continue together. Number 2. A man's self-esteem is tied to recognition. In the complex psychological world of men, self-esteem plays an extremely important role. Notably, their self-esteem does not come solely from self-evaluation, but is closely linked to the recognition they receive from others, especially from those who are close and important in their lives. Men may appear strong and confident on the outside, but deep inside, they constantly crave acknowledgement and appreciation for their efforts. This is not only a personal need, but also the driving force that helps them keep trying and growing. Why do men value recognition? From a young age, men are placed by society into roles of the bearer, the protector, and the successful one. These expectations make them feel that they must constantly prove themselves through achievements, abilities, and their roles in the family as well as in society. When they achieve success without receiving any recognition, many men feel that their efforts are rendered meaningless. Men work hard not only out of responsibility, but also because they want to hear words of praise from colleagues, superiors, friends, and especially from their life partner. A simple compliment like "You did a great job" or "Thank you for all your hard work for the family" can give them immense motivation. Conversely, being ignored, criticized, or compared with others can make them feel undervalued and deeply hurt. Self-esteem and its connection to social roles. Men often tie their self-esteem to the roles they assume. In work, they want to be seen as capable and trustworthy. In the family, they aspire to be a good husband, a good father, and a devoted son. When these roles are recognized, men feel valuable and respected. On the contrary, when their efforts go unrecognized or are trivialized, their self-esteem can be easily damaged. A husband might feel disappointed when his contributions to the family are taken for granted. A father might feel saddened when his children fail to notice his quiet sacrifices. An employee will lose enthusiasm when his superiors never acknowledge his hard work. It is worth noting that men often do not verbalize their feelings of hurt. They hide it inside, continuing to work and hoping that one day they will be recognized. But when this silence persists, the feeling of being undervalued accumulates, making them more prone to irritability, withdrawal, or even giving up. How important is recognition from the woman they love? For men, recognition from the woman they love plays an extremely special role. A lover or wife is not only a companion, but also a mirror that reflects their value in the relationship. When their partner appreciates them, men feel more confident and are more willing to face external pressures. Conversely, when they are frequently criticized or compared to others, they gradually lose their enthusiasm and faith in the relationship. An interesting fact is that many men do not need extravagant compliments. Sometimes, a simple phrase like "you're amazing at solving problems" or "thank you for always being there for me" is enough to warm their hearts. Such words not only encourage them, but also help strengthen the bond in the relationship. On the other hand, remarks like "you never do anything right" or "others are successful, what about you?" can deeply hurt a man's self-esteem. Although they may remain silent on the outside, internally, that hurt can last for a long time. Why is recognition in the workplace equally important? For many men, work is not just a means of earning a living, but also a place to affirm their identity. They want to be highly regarded for their abilities, respected by colleagues, and acknowledged by their superiors. When a man spends hours completing a project, words of encouragement like "you did an excellent job" or "thanks to you, everything went smoothly" help him feel that his efforts were worthwhile. Conversely, if all his efforts are taken for granted, or worse, denied, a man can fall into a state of discouragement and loss of motivation. Many, after a long period of unrecognized hard work, choose to simply endure each day quietly, or even quit their job because they feel they have lost their value. This shows that recognition is not about pampering or flattering, but about timely encouragement that helps a man maximize his abilities. How can we help men feel recognized? To help a man feel recognized and respected, sincerity is the most important element. Here are some effective ways. Regularly show your gratitude. Do not spare words of thanks or praise when he does something well, even the smallest act. This will help him feel that his efforts are not wasted. Avoid unnecessary comparisons. Everyone has their own circumstances and abilities. Comparing a man to others not only fails to help him improve, but also damages his self-esteem. Listen when he shares. When a man talks about work, his dreams, or difficulties, listen sincerely. Sometimes, just being cared for is an important form of recognition. Offer constructive feedback. If feedback is needed, choose positive language instead of merely criticizing. For example, instead of saying "you did it wrong," try "you did really well," but if you try this approach, it might be even more effective. In conclusion, self-esteem is an indispensable part of a man's psychology, and recognition from others is the motivation that helps him grow. Men may not frequently express their need for praise or appreciation, but deep down, they truly require it. A timely compliment or sincere recognition not only boosts a man's confidence, but also strengthens the closeness and durability of relationships. Remember that recognition is not a luxury, but a priceless spiritual gift that everyone deserves. For men, it is the key to unlocking confidence, joy, and the motivation to continue conquering life's challenges. If you're still watching at this moment, please don't hesitate to comment "continue." Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I really look forward to hearing your opinions. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so that Sophia has even more motivation to create more great and meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Number 3. How men deal with stress differently from women. What you need to understand to be more empathetic. Stress is inevitable in life. Everyone encounters pressure from work, family, finances, or social relationships. However, the way men and women face stress is completely different. While women often turn to loved ones to share, seeking comfort and empathy, men choose a different path: silence, withdrawal, and finding their own way to resolve the problem. Behind this difference lies a complex psychological and social mechanism that not everyone understands. Understanding how men cope with stress not only helps improve relationships between couples, but also helps you be more empathetic toward the man beside you. They are not indifferent or cold, they are simply handling stress in their own way. Why do men share less when they are stressed? From a young age, men are taught by society that they must be strong, resilient, and not show weakness. The saying "boys don't cry" becomes part of their subconscious, making them accustomed to suppressing their emotions. When faced with stress, their instinct is to handle it on their own rather than seeking someone to share with. Moreover, many men fear that if they express their worries or insecurities, they will be judged as weak or incompetent. Especially in romantic relationships, many men choose silence because they fear making their partner worry or become disappointed. They think, "It's best to handle it on my own and talk about it later," but sometimes, that very silence leads the other person to misunderstand, thinking that they are indifferent or uncaring. How do men deal with stress? Unlike women, who often seek emotional sharing, men tend to take action and look for solutions. When stressed, they focus on how to solve the problem rather than talking to feel relieved. Below are some common ways that men typically use to cope with stress. Silence and reflection. Many men choose to withdraw into their personal space, sitting quietly to ponder and find a solution. Don't be surprised if you see him sitting for hours in front of the TV without really watching anything or driving aimlessly by himself. That is his way to reset his mind. Engaging in physical activities, hitting the gym, running, playing sports, or even cleaning the house helps men release stress. When the body is active, their mind becomes lighter. Immersing in personal hobbies, playing games, watching movies, reading, or even fixing a car, these activities help men temporarily forget the pressure and recharge. Although sometimes this makes others feel that they are avoiding the problem, in reality, it is a necessary step for them to think more clearly. Seeking tranquility. Many men like to spend time alone in a quiet environment to balance their emotions. They might go fishing, take a walk in the park, or simply sit down with a cup of coffee by themselves. Redirecting focus. Some will concentrate on work or join a new project to temporarily forget current pressures. While this helps reduce stress, it can sometimes be misunderstood as being overly involved in work or avoiding the problem. When men are silent, don't jump to conclusions. One common mistake in relationships is that when a man is silent, women think that he is distant, indifferent, or hiding something. But in reality, that silence is not a sign of apathy. It is simply his way of trying to handle stress in his own manner. Men often feel that talking about a problem when they haven't yet found a solution is futile. They fear that sharing when things are still unclear will only make others more worried. Therefore, instead of forcing him to speak, the best thing you can do is to give him time and space to think. Sometimes, just a gentle phrase like, "Whenever you're ready to share, I'm always here to listen," is enough for him to feel understood. How to support a man when he is stressed. Understanding that men have a different way of handling stress compared to women will make it easier for you to support them. Here are some suggestions to effectively support your man. Respect his personal space. When you see that he wants to be alone, don't immediately criticize or worry. It is not a sign that he is distant, it only means that he needs time to reorganize his thoughts. Avoid asking too many questions. When a man is stressed, being bombarded with questions like, "What's wrong? Why aren't you saying anything?" or "Are you mad at me?" only adds to his pressure. Let things happen naturally. Offer support without forcing. You can say, "If you need anything, I'm always ready to help," without insisting that he must share immediately. Show care through small actions. Sometimes, a warm cup of coffee, a good meal, or watching a favorite movie together can help him feel loved and relaxed. Praise and encourage at the right time. When he overcomes stress, don't forget to compliment him for his effort. That not only makes him feel better, but also strengthens the bond in the relationship. Finally, men and women have different emotional worlds. While women relieve stress through talking and sharing, men choose action and silence to find solutions. Understanding and respecting this difference is the key to making relationships more harmonious and lasting. Remember that a man's silence is not coldness, It is part of how he heals and copes with pressure. Instead of blaming or misunderstanding him, support him with patience and empathy. When he feels your support, he will know that no matter how many difficulties he faces, he never has to fight alone. Number 4. Men also need to feel safe in a relationship. A profound look at the hidden need for emotional security. When it comes to feeling safe in a relationship, people often immediately think of the needs of women. Most assume that women need to be sheltered, protected, and feel secure with the one they love. But few realize that men also need to feel safe in a relationship. Although they don't often show it, deep inside, men also long to be understood, trusted, and to feel that they are valued. They, too, have fears, worries, and emotional voids that, if left unfilled, can gradually cause the relationship to crack. Understanding the need for safety in men is the key to making relationships deeper, more sustainable, and happier. Men do not seek security through material means or power, but through emotional and spiritual safety and love. What does safety mean for men? Unlike women who often need safety through promises, care, and protection, a man's sense of security leans toward being respected, trusted, and accepted for who he truly is. Men want to know that when they reveal their flaws, weaknesses, or failures, the woman beside them will not judge, but will always stand by them. A sense of safety for men comes from not having to pretend to be strong all the time. They want to know that they can share their worries and pressures without being looked down on or seen as weak. It is also when they feel that their role in the relationship is recognized and not threatened by constant comparisons, doubts, or criticism. Why do men need to feel safe in love? Many believe that men only care about freedom and power in love, but the truth is entirely different. Behind that tough exterior, men also crave peace and stability in a relationship. They need a place where, when they return home tired, they can shed all external pressures, find tranquility, and receive unconditional acceptance from the woman they love. If a relationship does not provide a sense of security, men will gradually become distant, cold, or even try to withdraw. They fear betrayal, fear being undervalued, and fear that all their efforts will go unrecognized. When that fear grows and remains unaddressed, the relationship will easily hit an impasse. Signs that a man does not feel safe in the relationship. When a man does not feel safe, he rarely says so directly. Instead, he will show it through his actions and attitude. Here are some common signs. Becoming silent or less communicative. When he feels that his words are not being listened to or respected, he may choose silence over arguing. Emotional withdrawal. If he feels unaccepted, he may gradually close himself off, show less affection, and become indifferent. Easily losing his temper or becoming irritable. Psychological pressure can cause a man to lose control of his emotions, not because he hates you, but because he is confused and exhausted. Seeking attention from outside. When he does not feel secure in the relationship, some men will look for recognition elsewhere, such as from friends, work, or even from the opposite sex. Factors that help men feel safe in love. If you want your relationship to be sustainable, help your man feel safe when he is with you. Here are some important factors that men typically desire. Trust. No one likes to be doubted, especially men. They need to be trusted in both words and actions. Constant questioning or control will only make them feel suffocated. Respect and recognition. Whether in work or in a relationship, men always want to be appreciated. Do not hesitate to offer praise, thanks, or acknowledgement for what they do. Acceptance of their true self. Everyone has flaws. Men feel secure when they know you love them for who they are now, not for who they might become. Gentle, non-judgmental communication. When a man shares, he does not need too much advice. Sometimes, simply listening and empathizing is enough to help him feel safe. Emotional stability from his partner. Men can easily lose their sense of security if the woman beside them frequently changes her mood or unjustly blames them. Stability and consistency from you will help him feel more at ease. How to build a sense of safety for a man. To help the man in your life feel safe, you don't need to do anything grand, just simple yet meaningful actions. Regularly show trust, do not check his phone or doubt him without cause. Let him know that you trust his choices. Limit unnecessary comparisons. Comparisons do not improve the relationship, they only make a man feel diminished. Instead, focus on his strengths and efforts. Listen sincerely when he shares. When he speaks about work, dreams, or difficulties, stop everything else and listen attentively. Do not interrupt or rush to give feedback. Offer constructive suggestions. If you need to offer feedback, start with praise before mentioning what can be improved. This helps prevent him from feeling attacked. Maintain stability in the relationship. Do not let minor quarrels turn into reasons for instability. Work together to resolve issues calmly and respectfully. Ultimately, no matter how strong a man is, he also needs a safe haven in a relationship. He needs to know that when he comes home, he does not have to play the hero or hide his exhaustion. He can simply be himself, with all his strengths, weaknesses, joys, and sorrows. That sense of security not only makes a man happier, but also lays a solid foundation for a long-lasting, deep relationship. If you love a man, show him that with you, he is always accepted, respected, and never has to fear being himself. Because a happy relationship comes not only from love, but also from the safety that both people provide each other. If you're still watching at this moment, please don't hesitate to comment, continue. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I really look forward to hearing your opinions, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe so that Sophia has even more motivation to create more great and meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Number 5. Men are more swoon-worthy than you think. Surprising things about men's emotions. There is a common notion that men are dry, rational, and hard to move emotionally when it comes to love. Many believe that winning a man's heart is a difficult task because he rarely shows his emotions and seems not easily touched. However, the truth is completely the opposite. Men are more likely to swoon than you think. It's just that the way they express and feel love is different from that of women. You will be surprised to know that sometimes just a small gesture, an unexpected smile, or a timely word of care is enough to make a man's heart flutter. They do not need grand or elaborate displays. Sincerity, gentleness, and simple moments are sometimes the key that opens the door to their hearts. Men are also very sensitive to small acts of care. Do not think that men do not notice small gestures. On the contrary, they are very sensitive to the care shown by others, especially by someone they hold in high regard. A simple question like, "Have you eaten yet? How is your work today?" or "Are you tired?" can move them deeply. For men, these small acts of care show that you pay attention to their feelings and their lives. These are not merely polite questions, but encouragement and subtle support that signal they are important to you. When they receive such care, men not only feel appreciated but also are more likely to develop deeper feelings. Your smile can be the weapon that moves them. If there is one thing that most men are attracted to from the very first encounter, it is a smile. A genuine, natural, and unforced smile has the power to touch their hearts more than any words or actions. Many men admit that they might forget about physical appearance or other details, but the warm, radiant smile of a woman remains unforgettable. When you smile at them, you bring a sense of ease, comfort, and closeness. A smile not only shows friendliness but also indicates that you are open and do not create barriers, making a man feel more confident when he is with you. Men are attracted to naturalness and authenticity. Many believe that men are only attracted to physical beauty, but the truth is that naturalness and authenticity are what truly keep them interested in the long run. A woman who is true to herself, who does not try to appear different or perfect in the eyes of others, is more likely to move a man's heart. Men value women who are not afraid to express their personality, who can laugh heartily when happy, who can speak their mind, and who are not afraid to reveal their imperfections. When you are confident in who you are, you emit a positive energy that men find very attractive. That energy of comfort, approachability, and trustworthiness is essential in making their hearts flutter. A little shyness, a little gentleness are enough to swoon them. Men have a subtle vulnerability that is often overlooked. They are easily moved by a touch of shyness and gentleness from a woman. When you blush out of shyness, or when you express gentle care without resorting to overly elaborate words, men find it endearing and are easily touched. Gentleness does not require grand gestures. Sometimes, simply adjusting his collar lightly, cooking his favorite meal, or gently placing your hand on his shoulder when he is tired, all of these small actions can have a profound effect on a man's emotions. Men swoon when they feel they are important to you. One of the most effective ways to make a man's heart flutter is by making him feel significant and important to you. Men like to be the person you turn to for advice, the one you rely on in times of trouble, and the one who makes you feel safe. When you show him that his presence makes your life better, he will feel encouraged and his feelings for you will deepen. For example, when you say, "I feel safe with you by my side," or "You are always the first person I think of when something happens," it not only makes him happy but also instills in him a sense of responsibility to protect and care for you even more. Emotional resonance, the factor that keeps a man swooning for the long haul. At first, appearance might capture a man's attention, but over time, emotional resonance is what truly retains him. When you and he can talk for hours without boredom, sharing interests, dreams, and life perspectives, that is when a man's heart is deeply moved. Men crave relationships that go beyond physical attraction or fleeting passion. They want a place where they find understanding and shared feelings. When you become the person with whom he can comfortably share his emotions and express things he cannot with anyone else, you capture his heart completely. Don't forget, spontaneity and surprise are also powerful catalysts. Men are often attracted to the unexpected and the unique. A surprise good morning text, a small gift given without any special occasion, or a compliment delivered at an unexpected moment can make his heart skip a beat. Surprises do not have to be grand. Sometimes, a spontaneous date, an impromptu picnic, or simply sending him an adorable photo with a sweet note is enough to make his day a little more special. Finally, no matter how strong and rational a man may seem on the outside, he is very easily moved by small, sincere gestures. He does not require elaborate actions or flowery words. What makes his heart swoon is your gentle care, your natural demeanor, your warm smile, and those moments of emotional harmony. Remember, in love, sincerity is always the key. When you give the man you love care from the heart, you not only move him momentarily but also touch the deepest parts of his soul. And when a man is truly moved, he will cherish and nurture that relationship with all the sincerity he possesses. Number 6. Men also worry about their appearance. A hidden perspective that few understand. When it comes to concerns about appearance, most people immediately think of women. Images of beautiful women with countless skincare products, strict diets, or gym sessions widely shared lead everyone to assume that only women care about their looks. However, the truth is not exactly like that. Men also worry about their appearance, they just don't talk about it much and express it in a different way. Behind the calm exterior and the confidence that men usually display are moments of self-doubt and concerns about their body, hair, or skin. They face pressures no less than women when confronted with the beauty standards that society imposes on men. So what exactly do men worry about regarding their appearance? Why do they rarely reveal these concerns? And how can we help them feel more confident? Let's explore this in the article. Invisible pressure from appearance standards for men. Modern society imposes strict standards not only on women but on men as well. The ideal image of a man is often described as tall, with well-defined muscles, healthy skin, chiseled features, and thick hair. These images appear frequently in media, films, and advertisements, collectively creating pressure for many men. They wonder, am I tall enough to make an impression? Will this beer belly make me a subject of ridicule? Is my hair thinning? Will anyone notice? Should I hit the gym to look more manly? These questions often pass through a man's mind more than you might think. However, due to the stereotype that men shouldn't care too much about their appearance, they choose to hide these worries, creating an indifferent facade while internally being full of concerns. Common appearance worries that men often face. Height, a pressure difficult to express. For many men, height is one of the biggest concerns. While society secretly believes that being tall is an advantage, men of modest height may feel insecure, especially when standing next to taller individuals or when inadvertently being compared. Have you ever heard someone joke, "Who would like a man that short?" Even if it's said in jest, it can sometimes leave a man feeling hurt. They rarely show their discomfort outwardly, yet inside, they long to be accepted without such comparisons. Beer belly and body shape, a silent obsession. Many men, after years of busy work or after starting a family, begin to see changes in their bodies. A beer belly appears, and muscles become less defined. Outwardly, they might laugh off jokes like "look at that beer belly," but internally, many truly feel uneasy. Men also enjoy the confidence of wearing a fitted shirt or going to the beach without the need to cover up. However, a busy lifestyle makes it hard to maintain a regular exercise routine. Sometimes, self-consciousness about their physique causes them to avoid social events such as parties or outdoor activities, fearing that others will notice their appearance. Thinning hair, hair loss, a silent nightmare. One of the recurring worries for men, especially after the age of 30, is hair loss. For many, hair is not only a physical attribute but also a symbol of youth and vitality. As hair begins to thin, many feel anxious and insecure. Some turn to products that stimulate hair growth, while others constantly wear hats to cover an expanding forehead. Outwardly, they may appear nonchalant, but in reality, this worry can undermine their confidence, particularly in professional environments or when dating. Skin and face. Don't think men don't care. Though rarely spoken about, many men also care about their skin. Everyone wants to look healthy, without acne or dark spots. Especially in an era where appearance is becoming increasingly important in work and relationships, men are beginning to pay attention to skincare and hair care. Sadly, when men show an interest in their appearance, many are teased. Are men really doing that? Or men who care about their skin are weak. Such remarks can discourage them from expressing their beauty needs, even though deep down, they still want to improve themselves. Why do men rarely acknowledge their appearance worries? There are several reasons why men seldom speak about their appearance concerns. Pressure from social stereotypes. Men are often taught that they should focus more on intellect and career rather than appearance. Caring too much about looks may be seen as unmanly. Fear of being ridiculed. When men express their appearance worries, they fear that others might not take them seriously and only see it as something laughable. Not knowing where to start. Not everyone knows how to take care of themselves or choose a style that suits them. Exploring beauty products or changing styles can sometimes leave men feeling confused. How can we help men feel more confident about their appearance? If you are the woman beside them, or simply a supportive companion, you can help men overcome these worries in simple but effective ways. Avoid teasing about appearance. Even if meant as a joke, criticizing a man's height, body shape, or hair can easily make him feel insecure. Instead of teasing, offer compliments or words of encouragement. Encourage self-care. If he's reluctant to go to the gym, invite him to join you. If he wants to try a new hairstyle, offer positive feedback and advice. Accept and love them as they are. Nothing boosts a man's confidence more than knowing that he is accepted for who he truly is, without needing to change to please anyone. In conclusion, no matter how strong and tough a man may seem, he also has hidden concerns about his appearance. He may not speak about them often, but that does not mean he is indifferent. Understanding and respecting his feelings is crucial for maintaining empathy and connection in any relationship. Appearance isn't everything, but when a man feels confident about his looks, he is able to present the best version of himself, at work, in love, and in life. Remember, confidence always begins with self-acceptance and self-love. And sometimes, a compliment or a small act of care is enough to help him feel, I'm okay, and I deserve it. Number 7. Men love through actions more than words. When love is expressed quietly yet deeply. In love, women often enjoy hearing sweet words and romantic phrases like I love you or I miss you. That is how many feel loved and cherished. However, for men, love is not always expressed through words. Instead, men love more through actions than words. They may not frequently express their feelings verbally, but they use gestures and deeds to prove their love in a sincere and profound way. You may have wondered why your man doesn't often say, I love you, or display the romance you see in movies. But if you look closely, you will notice that he is always quietly doing small yet meaningful things to bring you happiness. That is the way men express their love, quietly yet enduringly. Why do men rarely express their love through words? There are many reasons why men do not frequently say sweet words. Differences in expressing emotions. Women often feel comfortable expressing their feelings verbally, while men are raised in an environment that encourages resilience and the suppression of emotions. They believe that actions are more valuable than words. Fear that words may lack meaning. Some men think that saying, I love you, too often would make the words hollow. Instead of speaking empty words, they want to show their love through more practical actions. Not accustomed to expressing. Some grow up in environments where showing emotions is rare. They are not taught that expressing love is necessary, so even if they love deeply, they remain reluctant to share it verbally. Actions that quietly express a man's love. Even if he doesn't often say, I love you, if you pay attention, you will notice that a man has many ways of showing his love through actions. Below are clear signs that he loves you. He always pays attention to your needs and preferences. When a man is in love, he remembers the little details about you. He knows what kind of coffee you like, what food you dislike, or that you tend to feel cold in an air-conditioned room. Without using words, these thoughtful actions silently tell you how important you are to him. He quietly helps you when you need it. He may not say, I will always be by your side, but when you encounter difficulties, he is the first to appear. When you are tired, he will take the initiative to pick you up from work, fix things around the house, or even quietly do things you never expected just to make your life easier. He cares for you through seemingly trivial acts. A man who loves through actions will show it in simple ways, checking if you have eaten, reminding you to dress warmly when it's cold, or carefully holding your hand when crossing the street. These small gestures, full of deep care, speak volumes. He sacrifices his personal time for you. If a man is willing to skip a gathering with his friends to take you shopping, or cancel his own plans to be with you when you are down, that is a clear sign that you are very important to him. Men usually value their personal time, so when they prioritize you, it is a sincere expression of love. He introduces you to his friends and family. A man who truly loves you will want you to be part of his world. When he proudly introduces you to his family, friends, or colleagues, it is his way of telling the world that you are special to him. The difference between words and actions, which is more important? In love, sweet words are important, but actions are what most clearly reveal true feelings. Words can be spoken easily, but actions require sacrifice and genuine care. A man may not often say I love you, but he will always remember to buy medicine for you when you are sick, drive for hours just to see you for a short while, or quietly endure exhaustion just so you won't worry. Conversely, there are those who can easily say I love you but are not willing to do anything for the person they love. True love lies in sincerity expressed through actions, not just in empty promises. How to understand and appreciate the way a man quietly loves. If you are in love with a man who doesn't speak much, but always shows his affection through actions, learn to feel and appreciate that. Don't compare him to Hollywood standards. Everyone has a different way of expressing love. Instead of expecting him to be as overtly romantic as in movies, pay attention to what he does for you every day. Acknowledge and thank him. When he does something for you, no matter how small, show your appreciation. A thank you, a hug, or a compliment will make him feel recognized. Gently share your desires. If you truly wish to hear him say, "I love you," express it delicately. For example, "I know you show how much you care through what you do. Sometimes, I'd love to hear you say it too, just to feel a little warmth." Understand that actions stem from genuine love. Men do not like doing things for no reason. If he spends time and effort for you, that is the clearest proof of his love. Conclusion. Men, although society portrays them as strong, rational, and resilient, are, deep down, full of emotions, vulnerabilities, and more sensitive than you might think. Through the 7 psychological truths we have explored, it is clear that men also have their own emotional needs. They are sensitive but seldom show it. Their self-esteem is closely tied to recognition. They deal with stress quietly, need to feel safe in a relationship, are easily moved by care, worry about their appearance, and, most importantly, express love through actions rather than words. Understanding these things not only helps make relationships more harmonious and sustainable but also helps us learn to appreciate and empathize with the man beside us. Men do not demand extravagant displays of care or flowery words. Instead, they want to be accepted, trusted, and loved sincerely. Small actions like listening, offering timely encouragement, or simply being there when they need you are enough to warm their hearts. Ultimately, love is not just about promises but about caring, sharing, and walking together through every emotion, be it joy, stress, or worry. When we look deeply inside, we realize that the man, though quiet, loves us with all he can give. Cherish that quiet love, because sometimes, what is left unsaid is the most genuine and lasting of all. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found these valuable lessons and insights helpful for your own journey in love. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content in the future. I am very grateful for your support and look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Wishing you a life filled with love and happiness.